In this lesson, you're going to learn how to create highly professional presentations right in Canva. The best thing about this is that you can create them in under 5 minutes. This is definitely a huge time saver, so let's get right into it. Alright, as always, just search for what you need. In this case, type in presentations. Now you will have two different options here and you need to choose the right aspect ratio. So just choose the right one for your monitor or projector. When you're in the editor, you can just choose a template, and when you click on one, a bunch of different slides will show up. The first you click on will be the start of your presentation. To add more, you need to click on Add a new page down here. And then all you need to do is just select the slide that you need. For example, a timeline, statistics, social media, and so on. And of course, you can edit every individual slide like you edit a normal template in Canva. For this example, I'm just going to make this presentation about the Canva Masterclass. Here you can see the finished version. It took me approximately 4 minutes to create, and I think for a presentation like that, that's pretty solid. Now if I would really present this, I'd definitely add more content, but you can of course do that. Now let's suppose your presentation is finished and you want to present it. But how exactly can you do that? Well, there are a couple of options. The first one is to directly present it within Canva. Now this is very comfortable because you just need to click once and then you can present it. Another benefit here is that you can actually choose between a few transition animations. So that definitely adds to the quality of your presentation. Down here you can choose between standard, autoplay, and presenter view. Standard is that you can see the same thing on your monitor that people see on the projector. So it's basically a copy. Autoplay is a really cool feature if you want to use your presentation as a billboard. For example, if you are the owner of a restaurant, you could just make a presentation of the daily specials. And then you can let this presentation run on autoplay and put it on a TV. In that way, customers can take a look at the daily menu while they are waiting for their table. Now, of course, there are a bunch of different use cases where this feature could be very helpful, but this was just one example. Presenter view is one of my favorites because I've actually used it once in a presentation and it really saved my life. This allows you to have different information on your screen than what other people see on the presentation. When you click on it, a second browser window will open. You've now got one audience window and one presenter window. In the presenter window, which is the window you will see, you've got the option to add individual notes to every single slide, and you can also see the time that has already passed since you started the presentation, and here you can see the normal time. I found this particularly helpful because you can keep an eye on your presentation while still looking at your notes. So I highly recommend to try using this mode while you're practicing for your presentation. But in order to use presenter mode, you need to be logged into Canva, so keep that in mind. If somehow you shouldn't have the option to log yourself into Canva, you can click on Share a link to view down here, and then you can just paste that URL into a browser and play the presentation from there. In my opinion, it's best to present your presentation within Canva, but let's still have a look at the other options. You've got the option to download your presentation as a PDF, as a JPEG, as a PNG, or even as an animation. You can also let Canva create a website with your presentation on. And then you can just select scrolling, for example, and then scroll through your presentation like you would scroll through a normal website. The next one is Microsoft PowerPoint. Yes, you can actually export your Canva presentation as a PowerPoint file. And then you can modify or further animate your presentation in PowerPoint. So maybe for some people this can be pretty helpful too. Then you have also got the option to send your presentation as an email. You can either send it as an attachment or you can send them the link to view it online. And ultimately you have got the option to embed this presentation into your website. You can do this by copying the HTML code, or if you're hosting your website on WordPress, you can use the WordPress Medium link. I wanted to end this lecture by giving you two special presentation tips. The first one is that you can actually add external links to your presentations. You can simply do that by clicking on the element you want to add the link to. In that case, I would like to add my link to this play button here. Simply click on it and you will see this little icon up here. Here you can then paste your link to your resource, for example a website or even a YouTube video, and then when you are presenting your presentation and you click on that element, this website will open. The link will also open if you export your presentation as a PDF document. And actually, you can add links to infographics and other design types too. Just be aware that you need to export them as a PDF document, because otherwise you cannot click links. The second tip is about those 5 buttons that appear between every slide. If you click here, the whole page will get deleted. Right next to it, you can copy the whole slide. That is very convenient because you do not need to search for the same template again and then move it into the right position with those arrow buttons here. And if you click on here, you can directly add notes that will get displayed in presenter view. So that is pretty convenient too. Alright guys, that was already it. Now you know how to create super professional looking presentations right in Canva. And definitely shoot me a message right here on Udemy and tell me how your first presentation using Canva went. I'm super curious. The next lecture is one of my favorites, because you're going to learn how to use color psychology to your advantage. So stay tuned for that.